Vishal K. Very warm welcome to everyone here, especially to Swamiji. Before we start off, I'll be your host for today. We'll start off with a school prayer. And before we start reading the school prayer together, it is projected on the screen there. I must tell you that this indicates that we are all a soul having a human experience. And as a light, we're all interconnected with each other and with the divine. That is what this prayer is about. So let us start saying this prayer together. It's very simple. Please read the prayer on the screen. O hidden life, vibrant in every atom. O hidden light, shining in every creature. O hidden love, embracing all in oneness. May each who feels himself as one with thee know he is also one with every other. This is our school prayer. So welcome to the School of Ancient Wisdom. On this wonderful day, where we remember our founder, but most importantly, we take up the Dharma that she taught us, the message that we have to take forward to support this place to grow, to be a global transformation center for every self, every individual. That was the message. So, we start off first with the interreligious prayers. I request Mataji to do the Hindu prayer.
This is just one line, but this prayer is something that Manize loved, and every time she would ask me to recite it. It is just one line. It's very simple, and I'm sure as we go along you could join me also. Everyone is free to join so that there will be a greater energy. Okay? Okay. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Now I request Shakil ji for the Muslim prayer.
Illarka namaskara. Assalamu alaikum. Auz billahi minash shaitan irrajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Allahumma salli ala सैयदना शफीना हबीबना नबियाना मौलाना मोहम्मदिन मुबारक सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम। अल्हम्दुलिल्लाहि रब्बिल आलमीन अर्रहमानिर रहीम मालिक की यौमिद्दीन इय्याका नअबुदु व इय्याका नस्तईन इहदिना सिरातल मुस्तकीम सिरातल लज़ीना अनअमता अलैहिम गैरिल मग़ज़ूबि अलैहिम वलज़्ज़ालिमीन आमीन। ला इलाहा इल्ला अंता सुब्हानका इन्नी कुन्तु मिनज़ ज़ालिमीन।
Thank you, Shakilji. And now another old friend, Ms. Lalita John, for the Christian prayer.
Good morning, everybody. This is also called the Lord's Prayer, and some of you may know it, and if you do, please join us. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory, for now and forever and ever. Amen.
Thank you, Ms. Lalita. I have to keep remembering not to call them uncle and auntie, because that's how we were, you see, school of hi Sajini. That's how we were in the school of ancient wisdom, and we are still a family, who have come together, and we recognize that we are a soul group. We're all going through our lives together, and we support one another. And that's how we learn to then extend our heart, open our hearts to the whole of humanity and to the whole of all the souls, the Prakriti as well. Move on to the lighting of the lamp. So I request Sadhguru Sri Madhusudhan Sai Ji, Swami Ji, Swami Narayana Nanda Saraswati Ji, and Dr. Nataraj Ji to come forward and light the lamp. Yeah, it's like this is how we clap. It's a silent clap. Okay? It's a blessing on everybody. Thank you to all the divine souls who have invited Agni in our midst. May this event be purified and may it uplift all. Lataji, he's been our driving force at the moment, in the daily running of the school, and he's been doing a lot of amazing things. Then I request on stage Dr. K.H. Govindaraj Ji. He's the IAS officer and a principal secretary for Urban Development, Government of Maharashtra. So while they come along and while we wait for them to join us, we shall then move on to the welcome address by Nataraj Ji. But before we do that, I just want to introduce Dr. Nataraj. So Dr. Nataraj BV is an alumnus of St. Joseph's Indian High School, Bangalore from 78 to 85, and the Government Dental College and Research Institution, BDS, 90 to 95. He worked as a lecturer at the Shamala Dental College as a senior dental surgeon and the managing partner at Darshan Infotech. He has managed franchises for Arena Multimedia, training over 30,000 youths, including me. I was part of Arena. And currently a former trustee of the Goldfinch Group of Institutions, global mentor for iPreneur Startup Accelerator, managing trustee of the Jewel in the Lotus Trust, which is what the School of Ancient Wisdom is about, and the CMD of Krishi Mate Agro and Dairy Private Limited. He's active in social impact projects, and he's done a yeoman service. He's really made a difference to the school, and with a lot of gratitude, I request Dr. Nataraj ji to give us the welcome address now.
Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed visitors and honored guests, we are delighted to welcome Sri Madhusudhan Sai to our program. It is a very great opportunity, Swamiji stepping into our campus. So we were very much delighted. I am very much touched by his works, what he's doing. What is one thing I want to tell? So there's a lot of people give free education, free health, free so many frees. But what I have seen with Swamiji is giving that free with so much of luxury. So which I have never seen when somebody is giving free health, free education, free, but it's not, we always think free is cheap. But when it comes to Madhusudhan Sai ji, free is so much of luxury. I mean, when we visit his campus, it's so much of cleanliness, so much of luxury. I mean, I happened to go there 4 or 5 times, but every time visit, it was so much pleasure to be there. But every time I went there, I carried so much learnings from him and his campus and discipline, students. You can see the brightness in every student. When we go to the campus, you see a look at the faces from the beginning of security. Everywhere. I mean, even the hospitality side or the student's face, that brightness, it is very much appealing because, I mean, his social outreach programs is across the globe, around 40 countries. So we have seen a lot of organizations taking funds from there and doing it in India only. But in his case, he does social outreach in their countries also. I've seen a lot of programs. I mean, even every country have the imbalance of the rich and poor, and everybody requires. It's not that we think only the rich countries doesn't have problems, but his programs, what he's doing it across the globe, which is touching the poor people even in their country, because what he believes that since the sacrifice is being done by the good people in that country, again the same thing has to reach there. So that is amazing. I'm very blessed, Swamiji, coming here and blessing us. Thank you so much, Swamiji. And I mean, as I was mentioning, there's a lot of points which you have mentioned here, but I was able to tell without reading that because it was there in my heart. Thank you, everyone, for joining here. I wish you all the good. And we also have a wisdom speech by Swamiji also. And some of the awards, from this year, we started awards since our founder believed the torchbearer is basically who does this social impacts and who has done something great to the society. It was always there in the books and which I've read and heard from the satsangis. But I thought seeing every time coming here, seeing the torchbearer. So we thought the first time we give the awards, torchbearer award, we started from this year. That will be inaugurated by our Swamiji. And we have identified 4 people. The details of the torchbearers have been will be telling by Dr. Kumar. We'll go to the next thing. Thank you so much. Thanks to everybody for coming here. And I thank to Sajini Madam, our most senior most person before even school existed. Madam was with the founder. And Madam has good people around her, satsangis, who have been contributing to us. So thank you so much for everyone coming here and gracing this occasion.
Thank you for that sweet introduction, Dr. Nataraji. So now we have the next section, the raison d'être, which means the reason of being for this day. That is the Founders' Day, is because of our founder, Ma'am Manise, who never wanted to be known. I must alert you. She always used to tell us Don't talk about me. Don't introduce me to people in a very personal way. But what do you do when so many new faces are there at the School of Ancient Wisdom who don't have the joy of having met her, of having experienced her love, of having benefited from her wisdom? She was really a clairvoyant. Many times she would tell us certain things and it would happen, you know. She actually put my wife to be's hand in my hand, and that's how we got married. Really. So you see, this introduction is quite an eye opener. It's been a lot of background work has gone in by Swati and Dr. Nataraj and team. It's very interesting. I'm sure the old faces here would also appreciate it, like I did, as would the newer faces. And we're all one family here. There's a reason why we all come together. So over to the video presentation. Today, first on Ma Manizi and the rationale behind why she created this. And most importantly, this is here for global transformation of every self that comes to this place. And that is what we must remember and take forward. So let's be inspired by this video in that manner.
A mother's love is infinite, selfless, and without condition. Ma Manizi embodies this truth, her heart a boundless well of warmth and care. Ma Manizi, an embodiment of love, created the School of Ancient Wisdom, a center for inner transformation. Her vision blossomed into a global center where souls find healing and growth, guided by timeless wisdom and compassion. Manize Balsara, born into a Parsi family on 15 July 1934 to Frini Shakur Balsara and Shakur Balsara. Manize was deeply influenced by her mother, Frini, who founded Sanctuary Lodge. Despite losing her husband and two sons at a young age, Frini remained emotionally strong and composed, imparting resilience and compassion to Manize during her formative years. Manize's upbringing emphasized discipline and spirituality guided by her mother. She received a strong education and developed brilliance and pursued perfection from a young age. Manize graduated from Mumbai's JJ School of Arts in Industrial Design, specializing in applied arts. By age 20, she became art director at Hindustan Thompson Associate. Later, she founded her consultancy, pioneering as India's leading female industrial designer. Her designs adorn claims like Air India, Hindustan Steel, Lucas TVS, Cheeseborough Fonts, and Amalgamated Steels. Manize was manifestly aesthetic, showcasing her taste through a collection of art, antiques, and artifacts. From her global travels, her treasures include paintings by renowned artists, coveted personal jewelry, admired even by the celebrities like the Maharaja of Mysuru. After marrying for the first time, Manize changed her name to Mani Kantawala. Following her divorce and subsequent marriage to Mr. A.J. Jabbar Seth, she adopted the name Manije A.J. Seth, which she retained throughout her life. Manize moved to Singapore in 1981 and served as president of the Theosophical Society from 1992 to 1996 in Singapore, interacting with leading thinkers including Prime Minister Lee Kuan Yew. During her presidency, she amended the Lord's Constitution and initiated the 1996 sale of the old premises at 20 Moulmein Rise, overseeing the acquisition and design of the new Sims Avenue Centre premises, says the Chong Sen, the current president of Singapore Theosophical Society. Her leadership at Singapore Theosophical Society included a memorable postcard during her presidency. She courageously battled and fully recovered from breast cancer, becoming an advocate for unconditional love that touched many lives. She pioneered the use of Reiki for cancer patients, acknowledged in various publications. Manize made significant contribution in ad agencies like J. Walter Thompson Company, where her work was highly appreciated. She designed the iconic logo of two swans for the Himalayan Institute Hospital, now part of Swami Rama Himalayan University. After losing her husband, Manize felt guided by divine fairies and received a message from her masters to establish a center for inner transformation. Following her presidency, she became a key member of the Theosophical Society in Chennai and sought location. She met Amma, who embraced her tightly and pointed to Ram Menon as her future collaborator. Together, they traveled extensively, including to countries like Russia, Singapore, Malaysia, Afghanistan, and Japan. Within India, Manize explored Delhi, Punjab, Haryana, Madhya Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, and Bengaluru, her home for the last 20 years of her life. In March 1995, Manize stood surveying the arid patch of land in Devanahalli. Here was where she knew she could give birth to her dream. She felt that she had been commanded intuitively by her masters. And then, in a few short years, the school of ancient wisdom at Devanahalli had become a unit artistic reality. The buildings were constructed over time, guided by her spiritual masters who provided directions including specific names and colors for each structure. The lane where Agastya Muni walked and rested is now named Agastya Hall in his honor. The flora and fauna evolved gracefully under Manize's stewardship. Her vision not only nurtured the growth of physical surroundings but also harmonized with the natural environment, creating a balanced and a beautiful, flourished the School of Ancient Wisdom, a global center for inner transformation, where the lotus logo emphasizes the moment of truth within us sparks spontaneously, spreading the fragrance and beauty effortlessly. Torchbearer, a transformed human being, is the torchbearer of change in humanity. She had a remarkable ability to connect with people, often resolving issues through prayer to the fairies. Known as top-notch face reader, her predictions rooted in the Akashic records continue to manifest as reality today. She found satisfaction in serving food and preferred to be called Ma. Avoiding publicity, she believed those in need would find her when the time was right. She didn't seek personal remembrance but wished her legacy of unconditional love would be adopted, embraced in our lives, and spread to foster harmony and love among all. Building on Ma Manize's immense contribution, the current trustees have taken significant measures to uphold her legacy. They have launched green energy projects, community centers, rural healthcare improvements, arts and cultural initiatives, electrical safety measures, UPS overhauls, repainting, constructing rainwater shelters, mitigating water seepage, sustainable water management, innovating research center, establishment of therapy room, creating a medicinal herbal garden that enhance research therapy and traditional healing practices, coexistence, permaculture, alongside cattle zone improvements and CCTV system installing water purifiers, launching the Annadanam program, contribute to health and community welfare, an organic store, daily webinars, fish pond upgrades, anti-termite treatments, a reflexology pathway, detoxification programs, Swarna Bindu Prashana, an Ayurveda hospital, advanced holistic healthcare, medicinal plant identification, and in-house vermicompost production, addition of native breeds to the Gaushala, empowerment programs for women, dairy farmers, educational school visit, farmer Ayurveda training bolster, community education and empowerment. The future projects would be establishing a 100-bed Ayurveda, Yoga, Naturopathy hospital and an international wellness center will enhance the holistic healthcare, an Ayurveda school for interns, graduate, Center of Excellence for Pashu Ayurveda and Vriksha Ayurveda, collaborative research initiatives, A community incubation center will foster innovation and community development in traditional medicines. Thank you.
Angels showering petals of blessings. Thank you, Swati. That was very nice. Swati's voiceover. That was a lovely video. I think we all enjoyed it. Now, the second raison d'etre for today, the reason of this today's being is our wonderful chief guest, Sri Madhusudhan Sai, Sadhguru Sri Madhusudhan Sai ji. Sorry, I stammer at times, so please forgive me. It's not a mark of disrespect. Okay, so this new video that we're going to see is about the Sri Madhusudhan Sai Global Humanitarian Mission. It stands as a testament to the power of compassion in action. Founded by Sadhguru Sri Madhusudhan Sai ji, this extraordinary mission is dedicated to transforming lives through free nutrition, education, and healthcare. Join us as we explore the vision and far-reaching impact of this remarkable endeavor. And before the video starts, I must say that I did go through the video, and it's very inspiring. Can you imagine what it means to be a person who is, for example, like Ma Manize, she spent all her personal earnings and her energy to create this space, not to give it to her nephews and nieces or relatives, but to give it out so generously for people, for time to come, to transform so many lives. In this manner, Sadhguruji has also done a remarkable job. The energies that he has poured in, the way he spread, not just in India, but around the world. I saw the video, it was quite remarkable. I was inspired, and I hope you will be too. Over to the video.
World, one family. The Sri Madhusudhan Sai Global Humanitarian Mission. Several institutions of public service have been established in just the last 12 years, touching and transforming the lives of millions of individuals across 32 countries, with its epicenter in India. Nutrition, education, and healthcare are fundamental rights of every human being and every child, and it is the collective responsibility of the society to ensure that these basic needs are made accessible and available for all without any discrimination and absolutely free of cost. Let no child go to school hungry ever is the motto of the Annapurna Morning Nutrition Program, which started in the year 2012. Today, healthy morning nutrition in the form of cooked breakfast or through the Sai Sure multi-nutrient supplement is served to 9 million school-going children across 25 states and 4 union territories in India and 5 countries overseas. In the field of education, this mission has established about 28 educational campuses in India and 2 campuses overseas to bestow values-based education completely free of cost to about 4,500 children from the rural strata of society from grade 6 right up to doctoral studies. The Sri Sathya Sai University for Human Excellence, which is the higher educational wing, has established India's first free private rural medical college, Sri Madhusudhan Sai Institute of Medical Sciences and Research, on the 25th March 2023, and it was inaugurated by the Honorable Prime Minister of India, Sri Narendra Modi. The university celebrated its second convocation on 3rd July 2023. Srimati Draupadi Murmu, the Honorable President of India, presided over the convocation and gave away gold medals to 17 students and conferred honorary doctorates to 5 eminent individuals. People Shores, an impact sourcing organization in the US, offers livelihood programs that upskill youth from rural and marginalized communities. This helps break generational cycles of poverty. On the healthcare vertical, over 30,000 pediatric heart surgeries and cath interventions have been done since inception in 2012 through 5 super specialty heart care hospitals in India, the Sri Sathya Sai Sanjeevani Centers for Child Heart Care at Chhattisgarh, Haryana, Maharashtra, Telangana, and Karnataka, and 2 such hospitals in Fiji and Sri Lanka. It is the world's largest chain of pediatric cardiac hospitals without billing counters. 5 specialized Sri Sathya Sai Sanjeevani Mother and Child Hospitals, 15 Sai Swasthya Primary Care Wellness Centers, Sri Satya Sai Arogya Vahini Mobile Hospital Services, Aruike Multi-Specialty Hospitals in Nigeria, Satya Sai Sanjeevani Medical Center at Clarksdale in the Mississippi state of USA are providing services completely free of cost to the needy. Every individual's prosperity depends on society's collective prosperity. After all, we are all one connected whole.
So now we have our chief guest, Sadhguru Sri Madhusudhan Sai Ji, who will then address us. But before that happens, let me introduce him to you formally. Sadhguru Sri Madhusudhan Sai Ji is a globally recognized he emphasizes the importance of spiritual growth through selfless service, combining traditional Indian wisdom with modern approach to social development. That really is the hallmark of Sanatana Dharma, that change is the only constant, and he's embodying that. I must also say that he's got devotees from around the world, so he really, the message has been so strong that it has touched people, that they come all the way from different countries to assist Sadhguruji. So over to you, Ji.
A very good morning and namaste to everyone. I am honored to be here amidst all of you who are the contemporaries, the followers, and co-light workers of Ma Menezi on this occasion of Founders Day, her birthday. Truly, we are very honored to have known somebody like her who remained nameless, faceless, but served nevertheless all the community without any personal agenda or expectation. And that touched my heart really. I think what she has told you, don't talk about me, let people not know about me. And she has succeeded in that because not many people got to know about her. Yet she has managed to inspire so many lives. And I'm very happy to be here celebrating this occasion and also recognizing the services of such people in the society as part of this new initiative. So I'm very glad to be here. I want to thank the organizers. Dr. Nataraj was very insistent that I come, and I'm very happy that I could come and see the place. I'm also very grateful to Swamiji here, who has been very kind to receive us and convey his warm love and affection to me. So also there are very eminent people. Some of them are being recognized. Mr. Giriji, who is a part of our Siddhivinayak Temple Trust in Mumbai, and he's here to receive a token of recognition from the School of Ancient Wisdom. So also I'm sure the others who are on their way and they will make it on time. I saw as I walked in, I saw there is a statue with a torch, and I believe that is the symbol of enlightenment. Torch, the flame of the torch, which represents light, which represents wisdom. And that's the center of this place. And I think you're all torch bearers now of the legacy of Ma Menezi. So probably that statue is a symbolic representation of the collective efforts by all of you who are still continuing to bear that torch and spread the light of her wisdom and love to all those who come into the embrace of this wonderfully, beautifully crafted space. With her personal touch and with the guidance of the spiritual masters, as it was told, I was very thrilled to hear that. I am personally a witness to what masters can do. The Midas touch of the master can transform an ordinary mortal into an extraordinary being. And that must have been the story of Ma Menezi, so also mine, because Bhagavan Sri Satya Sai Baba is our master who has taught and transformed us into whatever we are today, the better versions of ourselves. And that's something that is going on here, as I can see, that each one on their journey towards the same destination of experiencing that oneness, the beautiful school prayer that said, and everything that one light alone is, which is love. And that connects us all, the whole creation in each one of us. And if that is the wisdom that is being taught here, then it's truly the school of ancient wisdom. Because our scriptures say that the ultimate supreme goal of every individual is to see that oneness where there is multiplicity, ekatvam. And the one who sees that alone is a man of wisdom or a woman of wisdom. The one who sees diversity, differences, such a person, despite having all the knowledge of all the scriptures, has not attained the true wisdom. And this wisdom which is being told about is the essence of all our scriptures, all our dharma, all the religions of the world. Today they also chanted prayers from several religions. And that's again a beautiful thought to celebrate the diversity of religions, yet the unity of the message in all those religions. And I'm very glad that such a practice is at work here. And this is definitely by the guidance of Ma Menerji, who saw the need for a place like this and was guided to create this space where such beautiful prayers can be recited. And every prayer is a mantra, is an energy released, is a vibration released into the universe. And wherever today science talks about quantum entanglement and things like that, that if butterfly flaps its wings at one end of the universe, there is going to be an earthquake on the other. Today we are able to accept this idea of interconnectedness scientifically. But when we pray, when we make a pure thought come into existence, it doesn't die with that. It is an energy release which starts working on us, on our environment, on the people who live with us. And slowly, steadily, gradually, very organically, it starts transforming them. And these kind of places are so important for today's society and for all time to come. Because these are the places who will spread this thought, this light. They become the energy centers. They become the towers that disseminate this light and this knowledge to the rest of the world. However, this is a responsibility more than a privilege. Of course, it's a blessing, a privilege to be here, know her, and do what we are doing, but it's a greater responsibility to carry the legacy of love and selfless service, kindness and compassion, which is what is lacking in the world today. In our mission, whatever you saw, hundreds and thousands of people from around the world participate because it resonates with their idea of spirituality. When your heart is full of spiritual love, it spills over as service to whomever you come across. This is happening here, this is happening everywhere else. So our ancient wisdom talks about love as love in action, not love in feeling. That love and translates itself into action, which is selfless service, then it finds its true purpose. And this is what we are finding over here. I'm also told Swamiji was initiated by Swami Chinmayanandaji, again a great spiritual luminary who guided and is still guiding in his spirit so many people around the world. And these are the people who have contributed to the evolution of humanity, of the society. While scientific modern advancements are always there, they're necessary to lead a comfortable life. The advancements in technology, of healthcare, education, communication, transportation, this definitely has added value to human existence. But without these spiritual values, this wisdom of our ancient forefathers who always knew that there is something more deeper than the superficial human existence in societies. There is a spiritual basis to everything. That is something that has to be taught to this generation. I would like to see a room full of very, very young people who are wanting to learn, realize this wisdom, and practice it in their lives. They are the ones who need to be touched and transformed to create a better future for everyone on earth. And I think that is the great responsibility that we all carry on our shoulders. Whoever be our masters, whatever be our associations, the responsibility that we carry, and the only way to pay the debt of gratitude to our teachers is by passing on this knowledge, this legacy to more and more people, especially the youngsters, whose schooling or education system has denied them this access to the ancient wisdom. They are the ones who are deprived of it, and they are the ones who need it the most. So my request on this day would be, please carry on this legacy. Of course, you benefit from it, but more importantly, let this lamp, as just now we lit the lamp, with just one flame we lit 5 flames, and with this we can even light 5 million flames or 500 million flames. So this flame of wisdom and love is something that we must carry in our hearts, because this knowledge, this wisdom cannot be preached by lecturing, by speaking about it. This can be only spread through practice. And as Swami Vivekananda says, 1 ounce of practice is better than 20 tons of preaching. So I think most of the people say, I say that too. So practice is what we must do to carry forward this legacy of Mom Energy. I haven't had the fortune of personally meeting her, but there is somebody with me who works in our mission who told about his interaction. And I said, the love is same. The love is same. There are no 100 different suns. There's no Japanese sun, Indian sun, American sun which shines in the sky. It's the same sun. We call it by different names. We experience it at different times. Likewise, the same love of God that shines through such personalities, and they are born again and again in sacred lands to continue this work. Harmonious being one of them. Definitely, I have missed meeting her personally, but I see the work that she has done. I can see her reflection in everything. I just had the privilege of visiting her personal residence, which is so beautifully architecturally and aesthetically designed by her. And her appreciation, her fine eye for art and aesthetics, is something that again impressed me. This again is a divine gift. The only divine people see the detail of God in every little thing in life. And I see that. I appreciate all the work that is being done, and the present trustees who are carrying forward and maintaining and managing and also expanding the services to more people. It's truly the way to celebrate a life like hers. And I wish you all many, many, many more years of celebration. May her legacy live on. May she be known through the work that you are doing, even if she doesn't want herself to be known by a lot of lecturing and preaching. May your lives be her reflections. And with that word of blessing, and also invite all of you to Satyasai Grama, which is only a couple of kilometers away, very close to Nandi Hills. And I'm told that she would go there because there was this Agastya's place which she would visit, and she has had some connection with that. And I'm sure all this area is very sacred. Bharat land itself is super sacred. On top of that, southern side of Bharat, on northern side we have Himalayas, and southern side we have these ghats. These are the most sacred lands, and rishis have walked this earth, avatars have walked, great spiritual luminaries have walked this earth. We can't ask for more than this, to be associated with the land, the place, and such luminaries. This is truly a blessing. Durlabham trayame vaita daivanugraha hetukam manushyatvam mumukshutvam mahapurusha samshraya, it is said. It's very rare to get these 3 blessings. To be born as human beings who can appreciate this wisdom, to be desirous of this wisdom, to be willing to learn, and 3, to find the company of a great one who can teach this to you so that you can learn. These 3 blessings are rare to come by, and rarer than rarest of all this is to live alongside a contemporary, to be contemporaries of such great personalities and see the masters in action. This is another great blessing to see them in close quarters. Many of you have seen, and those who haven't seen, I can only say that you can see in their disciples and followers. And may this legacy live on forever. With my best wishes and blessings to everyone. Thank you, Swamiji, and thank you all the organizers, especially Dr. Natraj, who insisted I came. And I'm very happy. I told you I have to come another day, a 0 day or something when there is no one around, so I can walk the place and see for myself what happens and how it happens. I can truly, for those who are her followers, I just want to leave this with a personal note that I did feel her presence, I did feel her spirit, and I did feel the energy. And I had some personal interaction, not to be told in the public, but then I did understand what she must have been like. So I'm happy that I could come here and experience this. Thank you again to everyone.
Thank you so much, Sadhguruji. That was really amazing. Because many, believe it or not, many of the things that he said were some of the things that she used to also say. She would say that every day be a better person. And change is the only constant. And Sanatana Dharma is excellent in that area. It's really a system of best practices that can be practiced universally and sustainably around the world. And you put it in that very scientific way. And I think it's very important that all of us do work together, which many are such organizations which are really the helm of this gathering of energies that are coming around worldwide, that we have to really kind of correct ourselves and realign ourselves to our true purpose of what it is to be a human being, that we are spiritual beings having a human experience. And by that, we can really make a huge transformation. None of us are too small to do that. And that is what one of the things that I learned over here. Thank you so much, Sadhguruji, for your blessings as well. So now we have a little extra time, thanks to Sadhguruji's very concise talk, that I'd like to request some of our old hearts, I would say not just faces, but old hearts here to come and share, to honor Ma Vanise. First, I'd like to request Lalita ji, Lalita John ji. I call her fondly Lalita Auntie. She was the Chief Commissioner for Bangalore and also an ombudsman. She retired as an ombudsman in Delhi. And she was one of the uncorruptible people in the Indian government. And she made a lot of difference to all the communities that she's been a part of.
Lalita John is an IS officer, extremely good, and Mom would say, whenever she had any problems, reached out to her. As a matter of fact, she wanted her to give us 2 times. So what I want you to know is anyone who is very well, never gone into any problem, it was Lalita, and I'm glad to say.
Swamiji, don't take them too seriously. I'm just an ordinary human being trying to live a life to the best of my conscience and the teachers. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to interact. If you have walked around the campus, you would have seen several placards, several posters. One of them says, if you understand the invisible, you can do the impossible. And this was there, Manise put it up at some stage, but when I asked Manise, how did you create this beautiful place in a wilderness? If you have been here in the mid-90s, you would have seen that this was a wilderness. The single road, one Ritz hotel was there, very lonely and unsafe. And IVC road was not a good road to travel. So I asked Manise, and this was the reply she said, but I didn't understand. I thought she would give an explanation, but gradually, as I got to know her, I understood how she created. And Swami and Sadhguruji, you mentioned that you believe she was touched by the masters. She really was. So when I asked her, how did you do this? How did you know where the building should be, what color of the roofs? She said, I didn't do anything. They told me. So I said, who are they? Said the masters. Now my knowledge of theosophy was very limited. So I didn't know who the masters were. Then she told me who they were. They said they're great souls who once walked the earth. Many of them, I had never heard of Kutumi and Master Moria. They say even Buddha and Jesus and Confucius were among the masters. There were many others. And she's given me some pictures of some of them, which I have kept in my house. Now, gradually, as I came to know Manise, I began to understand the significance of those words. They're very, very profound if you reflect on it, the invisible. So Manise, being touched by the masters, was able to create a beautiful place. And many of my good friends, Sajini, here's this young man, and here is my friend Malati. All of them and many more who are not here today, I have been able to meet because Manise brought us together. Now, many things have been told in the video, so I don't want to repeat it. But one or two things I want to point out. Apart from her ability to have brought us together, create a place for social transformation, the interconnectedness that you mentioned, Sadhguruji. She had this ability, and Sajini can vouch for it. She would make everyone feel they are her favorite. And I initially thought, oh, I must be her most favorite satsangi. And I used to hang around her and, basking in that warmth and love and everything, soaking it in. Then one fine day I realized that everyone felt the same. I am not special. She made everybody feel. And I don't know, I have yet to meet a person who can do this. This was her great ability. And when I thought about it, okay, so when I thought about it, I'll wind up. And when I thought about it, I said, this is how she touches hearts. She makes everyone feel special so that she boosts their morale, and then you do whatever you do better than before, like becoming a better version of yourself each day. Try to become a better person. Not very difficult philosophy, but difficult to put in practice. Another, and with that I will stop, Ramesh. Another great ability is that she'll make your questions disappear. See, in the early days, because my knowledge was so limited, especially theosophy, I would write it down at home and say, Manize, I've got her. Incidentally, I never called her Ma. The very first day when I said ma'am, madam, because I am from a bureaucratic background, we are used to, from age 23, I've been called ma'am or madam. So I was used to that, and formal, it's formal, you cannot go wrong if you call people ma'am. She says, I am Manize. So I said, yes, ma'am. She says, you didn't hear me? I am Manize. So no, ma, we never called her ma in her time. We call her, refer to her as ma now. So that was Manize. She would make your questions disappear. And how did she do it? She will she will tell you to go to a book or go to a person, and through them indirectly. She also told us to pay attention to dreams. And she says, in the dream, you will get an answer indirectly. And it happened to me once. I will leave it for another time. The details are a little too long. And this was very, very special. And how did she make her very simple way, which I have witnessed with other people, is you go very troubled. She said, tell you to sit with your eyes closed in silence. And she will say, now keep quiet. So I thought it meant don't talk. She says, no, the internal chatter, quieten your mind. And then, believe me, something extraordinary happens if you can sit through without fidgeting. Something gets downloaded into your heart and brain and into your whole being. And at the end of that sessions, your questions really, literally disappear. And I'm sure many people have had that. So, I just say, this day, human is all these
ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರಗಳು. In Kannada, but then seeing the people stand, they'll be left out. Anyway, and I don't know if you can hear in and out. Okay, okay. As of now, that you would need to know about Manize. I came into the school of ancient wisdom only after 2006. My husband, on the other hand, used to be here from 1998 or so, because he used to bring his students here to run some of the workshops, etc. Unfortunately, he has not been able to come today since he's not been too well. But I'd like to tell you, as far as I'm concerned, there were 3 points, and that was, sympathy, and of course love, and a lot of karune and general feeling of being a wonderfully supportive person. And she taught me two important points which I've tried to inculcate into this life, and that is unconditional love. Do not make judgment on others, and every day try to be a better person. And that's exactly what I'm following and by which I'm living my life now. And since there's a bit of shortage of time, I'll just hand the mic over back to Ramesh.
So I'd request Chandana ji. Her chocolates have sweetened the hearts of many here, including Ma Manize, and has been doing that for years. And we've seen how Just Drops has grown from a small place to a wonderful place right now. So a few words from her.
I first met Manize when I was just going to start my business, and she was sitting next to me at the print shop, and she was, I was looking at her screen, and she was making some beautiful brochures with lotuses and all, and I said, I'd like to know who you are and what you do, and she says, I run the School of Ancient Wisdom, and I'm doing some brochures for it. And I was so happy to meet her because I'd heard about this place, but I didn't know anything more about it. And the first thing she said, I said, what do you do? So I said, I'm just starting my business. It's a small business from the house. I'm going to start making chocolates. And she gave me my first order. And she said, you deliver it to me and come over personally and deliver it. So that's what we did. And I remember when we came to the school for the first time, we thought we'd just spend a few hours here. But then our car battery died and we couldn't leave. And we had to spend the night, and then we had a most wonderful time here. And since then, it's just been, just love and love and love, and we've learned so much from her. Thank you.
And lastly, but not the least, Sajini, please come. Yeah, you can do. You can.
Yeah, Swamiji, Sadhguruji, it was wonderful when I heard you speak because a lot of Mamanese came back to me. And I was really, really happy about all that you said. Now, everyone has said everything, but I like to say that I have known Mamanese before, while this was being built. And she was absolutely amazing. She was told, as I think Lalita said, she was asked to build this, okay? And when it came to the name also, she just opened a book and she got the name, right? So when she was asked to build this place, she was in Singapore. She went all over the world, okay? And when she came to Bangalore, she had seen all the brokers at Chuna every place, and she said no, she was leaving, but one particular person insisted that she comes here. So she came here, and it was arid land. As soon as she stepped on this Ramasutra, she said, yes, this is the place. It's not, and if any of you had seen it there, I saw it, it was being built. The airport came up much later. It was red, undulating land, okay? So when you looked at it, you wondered what would happen. She made those first, those four, this, and the food place was just across, meeting point. This is what she did. Being an interior decorator, being from overseas, from Singapore, she looked into every little bit. The mattresses came from there, the paintings came from there, the dustbins came from there. So you can imagine what she did. She converted this, as she was told by the masters, to this paradise on earth. And what really struck everyone, I think one of them said it earlier, is anyone who met her, we would go for a satsang to a house on Rest Road, and after that, each person would go and sit with Ma. and she was always providing dinner. We provided the dinner after that, quite a few of her. She would hug each person, anyone with a problem, it just went. And everyone would say, as she said, I was the most special. Now that was really amazing when she said this. See, and a lot of us, when we came after that, when we walked down this campus also, you could feel the presence, as you said, it was very strong then. And this was something that was amazing. Even now, when we go up, as you said, to a house, or when we go to the Samadhi, we do feel that pull, because, you know, a lot of us were with her for a very, very long time. Her very first program, which hasn't been said anyone, was here in this hall by someone called Meher Moose. I attended that program. It was wonderful. And as I said, she looked into every little detail. Even the new blocks which came, she would look at this and say, this hasn't been done. Now, why did she build this? This whole thing was she was asked to build a global center for human transformation. The main thing was human transformation. She wanted each one to progress, and as you said, bring it to the young. So this is what it is actually, a global center for human transformation. And she did this all alone, her own money, and ensured that she goes on. There are lots of miraculous things that happen. One is, she was a beacon of light. She could get things. Her car, she's kept it till now because amazing things happened with this. The torch bearer, how it came about, I don't know if you told them, but there's an amazing story behind that. She could just tune into other people. She was absolutely amazing. And the greatest thing was, as I said, she spoke about unconditional love. You spoke about the same thing. And she was love personified. She was an ocean of love. Anyone who came in her presence was absolutely touched by her. Even the animals, you could see, I've got photographs of all that. She would give tremendous love to all that. So everyone who came here felt touched by this. So there are lots of things that she said in there, and I'm so glad Malati over there used to sing a special song for her. This whole center was non-ritualistic and secular. We speak about secular, but we don't know. A Parsi married to a Gujarati and then to a Muslim. This is it. So that's how you have all the songs that we have, the prayers and rituals. She invited very, very good people. You know, she invited Swami, what's his name? I forget. Anyway, from Haridwar, he used to come very often. There were so many people. It didn't matter who they were. The religion didn't matter. But this is it. And I think our center over here should become the center of global transformation. I mean, the message which came, and love. People must really feel this love around. I'd like to thank Swamiji for being here, going on. I'd like to thank Natarajji also, because he's been doing a lot of work. And I'd like to thank each and every one of you here for being here, because you don't know, but when you are in this atmosphere, there is something, whether you're conscious or not conscious of it, that really impacts you. All this she wanted, if you look at the stained glass, lots of stories they would talk about, but I'm glad we are here. And I'd like to thank you, Sadhguruji, for being here, because you're so, you just bring back money, say, to all of us, as the others said also. Okay? Thank you, and all the best. And Chandana, who started with the first chocolates, we've insisted, Mama Nize used to bring the chocolates every time for New Year. And today also, we've asked her to get us the chocolates. So the school has got chocolates from her. Thank you, everyone. All the best.
Thank you so much, Sajini.
And for those who don't know, Sajani is one of the oldest satsangis here, and she has been holding fort for the Spiral of Wisdom satsang that Ma Manisi started for every Thursday. She would call it the Spiral of Wisdom because it's not just a circle, but an upward growth of our consciousness. And she has an amazing, repertoire of speakers. For years together, she would get them from somewhere, some amazing speakers every Thursday. That was quite an achievement, even during the COVID time without any break. So thank you so much, Sajani, for that, and for keeping the school going all these years too. Yeah. So now over to the next section. The next section. We are kind of inaugurating that this year, the Torch Bearer Trophy inauguration. Before we do that, why do we call it the Torch Bearer? You see, this school is definitely a special place. For those who are more still within their heart, you will find that you make a personal connection. You know, the funny story is, Mama Manise, when she first contacted, she looked at many places for the statue. It's not just a statue, it's got energy within it. And when she found him first, he made a statue and she said, no, not this one. He's a very passionate person, you see, and he just could not take the rejection and he said, I'm never coming back to the school again. But then a year down the line, he called her and he said, I don't know why I'm not able to sleep, but this vision keeps coming back and I've created an apparition. Please come and finalize it. And that was this figure, which was then made big. And when this giant statue came into the school on a truck, there were Vedic chants happening over here. And if you go to that spot, we've noticed many children, because children are very well connected to the higher consciousness. They start playing around that place. Likewise, in the school, there are many such spots where we have a wish-fulfilling tree, we have the little pond there, and so many other meeting point. So, yes, the torchbearer is the reason why it is like the physical, if you can call it that, soul, the center of this space, the School of Ancient Wisdom. So that is the inspiration behind this name. So now we move on to the Torchbearer Trophy inauguration. So I request Natarajji to take this forward. I must say also some of our awardees have not been able to make it today for various reasons, but Dr. Natarajji will take this forward.
Actually, the torchbearer statue, we're supposed to make it in 3D. We tried it because making that model, it take too much of time. The idea was inauguration of the statue is basically we wanted Swamiji to inaugurate and distribute it. But since we could not make the statue ready, but definitely it will be ready in a week's or 10 days time, then statues will reach the awardees. So right now the inauguration will be a very informal kind of a thing. This Swamiji will bless us these awards and then we'll carry on. The later statues will raise to the awardees. That's yes. Thank you. And you can. Yeah, the video will be there about the achievements of the awardees, and the selection criteria is being quite strict. And basically the award has been distributed. Since the trust was registered and basically from Maharashtra, so 50% of the awards to Maharashtra and 50% awards to Karnataka. That's why we started here, and that is a thing. The next year we'll fine tune it, since it's the first year we don't have much maturity about distribution of the award. So somebody, please excuse us if I have done any kind of mistakes. Please accept this year. The next year we definitely will take more guidance and more suggestions from across the people.
It gives us great honor to present the Torchbearer's trophy, the inaugural trophy, to Shri Sunil Dashrath Giriji, who's a trustee at Shri Siddhivinayak Ganapati Temple Trust. We have a little video that we want to show you before we give the. Is that all right? Before we give the trophy, we'll show the video. Yeah, let the video play. You'll get an idea of what the significance of this award is.
A Bachelor of Technology in Mechanical Engineering, he began his political career with the Nationalist Congress Party under Honorable Nawab Malik, focusing on societal improvement. As North Central Mumbai District President of the National Youth Congress, He led numerous youth activities and faced imprisonment for political protest. Appointed as trustee of Sri Siddhivinayak Ganapati Temple Trust, he worked on infrastructure enhancements. Currently, as the Mumbai region president of the National Youth Congress, he promotes youth involvement and supports NCP fully, leveraging his trustee role for party interests.
To have to hand over this grateful acknowledgement to Shri Sunil Dashrath Giriji. Now, the other names of our awardees who are not able to make it for various reasons, traffic being one of them, is Dr. K.H. Govindaraj, IAS, who is the Principal Secretary for Urban Development, Government of Maharashtra. Dr. S.V. Hittalamani, who is a Professor of Horticulture, and Shri M.N. Anuchet G, who's an IPS, Joint Commissioner of Police Traffic, Bengaluru City. So, why have these amazing souls been chosen for these awards? It's because they really made a difference in their own communities, to the population at large. It's dharma in action. So that is how we've chosen them. So we're really deeply honored to give these, trophies away. Traditional way of honoring, they say Mannina Maga. Andre, we use the local culture, the way we honor people over here in Karnataka, especially, is the famous Mysore Peta. So, we request Swamiji once again, Sadhguruji, to do the honors. Did you know that traditionally, in our ancient traditions, we cover our head? There is a reason for it. That is why the peta, the turbans, the cap, the skull cap, etc. comes in. We cover our head because it protects our crown chakra. But that's for another day. But thank you so much, Guruji. As you can see, this is quite an extempore program. So I've got the prompt to show you the videos of the other three awardees who have not been able to make it today. So let's start with Dr. K.H. Govindaraj, who's an IAS officer and the Principal Secretary for Urban Development, Government of Maharashtra.
Dr. K.H. Govindaraj, a medical graduate from Bellary Medical in Maharashtra and Karnataka. His notable contributions include leading a top-ranking sanitation campaign in Sangli, contributing to flood control in Kolhapur, streamlining public distribution in Solapur, controlling iron ore transportation in Karwar, eliminating bogus ration card and gas connections in Karnataka, facilitating the establishment of 6 new medical colleges, recovering 350 crores of bad loans at SECOM Limited, and completing significant infrastructure projects as Additional Metropolitan Commissioner, MMRDA. Currently, he heads the Urban Development Department in Maharashtra. He is also a wildlife enthusiast and active in philanthropic and cultural heritage organizations in Mumbai and Karnataka.
Professor of Horticulture.
A freelance horticulturist with a doctorate in horticulture. He serves as an honorary consultant on cropping patterns, biotechnology, biodiversity, and plant protection. Specializing in mango cultivation, he advises the state's mango board. He provides advice to farmers of all stages, including politicians, and has traveled extensively across the state. Skilled in social media and presentation, he served the government horticulture department for 38 years, reaching the position of additional director of horticulture. Originally from Dhaka, he now resides in Nagar.
Yes, Joint Commissioner of Police Traffic, Bengaluru City. We need dharmic people in these roles. Next video, please.
N. Anjit, IPS, a 2009 batch IPS officer in Karnataka. He is currently the Joint Commissioner of Police Traffic, Bengaluru City. He holds a BE in Electronics from Agri College of Engineering and a Master's in Police Management from Osmania University. He has served in various roles, including SP of Kodagu and Chitraduga, and DCP in multiple Bengaluru divisions. Awards include the Chief Minister's Medal in 2017, Union Home Minister's Medal for Excellence in Investigation in 2019, and Nadaprabhu Kempegowda Award in 2020. His interests include criminal investigation, technology in policy, tourism, and modern form.
Thank you. Now, when I look at these videos, you wonder, have they come with some special qualities? Of course, I'm sure they have. But are we any lesser? As we might all be thinking much smaller about ourselves than who we really are. That's what really inspires me. And I hope it inspires all of you to be the best versions of yourselves. Before we go on to the last part of today's program, I request Shri Sunil Dasharath Giriji for a few words.
Namaskar Sadhguru Ji, Swami Ji, and all beautiful souls, such a wonderful place. Thank you so much, Shri Nataraj Ji. You invited me, you offered me such a privilege, and I was blessed to receive it from Sadhguru Ji. I don't have too many words here to talk about, but as I heard Sadhguru Ji, and I heard the whole, the thing here about Ma Menzi, and I represent youths. Two things that I want from Swamiji, what Sadhguru Ji just said to us, two things that I feel we should seriously take this from here. One is, it is more of responsibility on us. And today when we attend such program, our responsibility increases. It's a responsibility to carry forward this legacy. I'm too small to talk about these words. I'm in very much learning process. I have worked with Usha Mehta, if you've heard Sadhguruji, Mani Bhavan, since I was in 9th standard. For tobacco-free society, we used to work. From then, what we should do for society, what we can do for humans, it keeps on inspiring me. And second, today when I see this hall, not only this hall, now as I am a trustee to temple, Shri Siddhivinayak temple of Mumbai Devi, Prabha Devi, Mumbai, we are called oftenly to so many places where I go, I visit. what concerns me a lot today is I fail to see youngs in gatherings, in prayers, and major transformation if we want to do towards society, we need youths. Youth can do more at that than at that age. This is what I feel personally. For that, what solution I have learned, maybe I'm not too correct to it, but I would request you all to do that is, we should start from our house itself. I always request Sadhguruji or any, they're leaders. They can inspire us, they can give us words, they can inspire us. But we cannot leave in toto everything to our leaders. If we want to put this in a balanced way, we need to start it from our own house. We need to ask our own son, our own daughter, our own nephew, our own niece to do something, to follow in this step, to go ahead few, steps and do something towards this. Only with these words I would stop. Thank you so much to all of you here. Thank you so much for giving me this privilege. I am sincerely thanks to Sadhguruji. I am blessed and see you all soon. Please visit Shri Siddhivinayak Temple. Shri Natraji, he will guide anything required there, and I will be sincerely thankful and happy to see you all there. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sri Sunil Dashrath. That was very inspiring. If we want to teach our children, we should practice it first. They're not going to listen to us preaching to them. They're only going to follow what we do. So what he's saying really is the essence of any civilization. That is a strong family. And the best way we can start making a difference to the communities is first to work on ourselves and to be more happy, to be a better person, to be more equipoised. Then we inspire our family members, we connect with our family members through truth and love. And once we do that, the family becomes strong. And when a family becomes strong, research has shown that a civilization transforms. In fact, when the family structure in a civilization breaks down, that heralds the beginning of the end of that civilization. So now if we turn it around, how can we make a new beginning for Bharat, for Dharma around the world? Is by first we start working on on ourselves and then our own families as well. So thank you so much for that message. And in fact, that inspired me to say this, because of what you said, Sunilji. So now the last part is the attitude of gratitude. Ma Manize would always talk about it. Every day, if you want to live the best version of your life, we all forget it. We've all received this wisdom from so many different places, from great gurus, from books, but we keep forgetting when we get taken over by Maya. If we just remember to be grateful, we are suddenly uplifted. A better version of ourselves comes out, and we won't even know it. A better version of ourselves just takes over. So, on that note, we request we would also like to thank and felicitate our Swamiji, Swami Narayana Nanda Saraswati ji. He's a very musical Swamiji. May we request Swamiji to speak a few words of wisdom.
Hari Om. Kindly sit erect, eyes closed, hands on the knees, either in Chin Mudra or Jnana Mudra. Become aware of the whole body. Become aware of all the internal functions of the body. May the body be still but relaxed. Become aware of your breathing. Let every breath be slower, deeper and longer. Every breath is the power of the infinite. Every inhalation and exhalation is the source through which the entire creation is manifested. In this divine feeling, let's chant the Shadakshari mantra. I shall chant twice, you will all repeat later. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. Repeat. Om Namah Shivaya. 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 Slowly open your eyes. Could you please increase the volume a little bit? Hari Om, could you please increase the volume? Hari Om. That's good. Today is an auspicious occasion. Every year on this day, July 15th, we celebrate Ma Manize's birthday as the Founder's Day. Though I haven't seen her personally, but since I live here, I am with Ma Manize. Because the main objective of life is to be in God, to feel God, and to merge in God. And when you live in this kind of paradise, I tell you it is quite natural that you will live in God. This is the only purpose of life. Ma Manize had this beautiful vision. She was a visionary and she was a clairvoyant. and she understood life, what is. And man has to grow from his ignorance to gain the self-knowledge. And that is the purpose of life. Not just to hoard money or beget children or expand your properties. That is not life. Ma Manize understood the nature as God. She respected people, she loved people because she saw God in everyone. Therefore, we need to understand on this auspicious occasion, on her birthday, that we also need to fulfill the purpose of life. Not just to eat, make merry, and die one day. That is not the purpose of life. It has something unique, something beyond. We need to all investigate, we all need to inquire about the purpose of life. And when we depart from this body, from this human body, and we all have to, one or the other day, but we need to have a smile on our face before we depart. And the smile comes only when we smile now, when we have that kind of fulfillment, satisfaction of how we are leading our life, isn't it? Therefore, in our scriptures, it's very beautifully explained that we need to progress. Our life has to be in a progressive way. And one beautiful Shanti mantra says, Asatoma Sadgamaya, Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya, Mrityorma Amritangamaya. See, from Asat, we need to progress towards Sat. And from darkness, we need to go into the realm of knowledge, into light. Therefore, we have this torch bearer at the center of the campus. He is holding the torch, meaning he is holding the knowledge. And only once we are lit, we can lit others too, isn't it? Therefore, we all have to be kindled in this self-knowledge. We all need to ponder, we all need to contemplate on the message of the scriptures. And our scriptures are so vast that we all need to have some time to ponder, to contemplate, to meditate on these lines. So on these lines, I thank one and all to have given their time on this particular day, Monday, on this busy day, and many people couldn't come over here due to their own schedule, but we pray to one and all that let everybody have gain this fulfillment of life, and let us be always in the path of knowledge. So this is the message of the torchbearer, and Ma Manize lives here. Of course, she is not materialistically or mortally, she may not be here, but spiritually, she is in every speck in this campus. So I thank one and all. Thank you very much. Have a nice day. Hari Om Tat Sat.
Thank you so much, Swamiji. So, now that we have come to the end of today's program, as is customary that Ma Manisi would, we're just about crossing 12:45, so we're on the time. The next part is lunch at 1 o'clock. But before we go there, let's continue this attitude of gratitude and do what we always did for every Founders Day. Let's thank this Bhumi, this wonderful space, Bangalore, ನಾವೆಲ್ಲ ಈ ಮಣ್ಣಿನ ಮಗ, in a manner of speaking. Even if my Kannada accent is a little funny, I'm a Karnatakan. I'm from Bellary, but I've lived elsewhere. But I still feel very grateful for this lovely place. Before I go on to that stage, is that we're donating money to the Matrushri Mano Vikasa Kendra, an amount of 50,000 from the trust. So we request Dr. Natraj to the honors.
Basaraj avare, dayaviಟ್ಟು ಬನ್ನಿ. So with the permission of all the trustees and people who are here, so Sadhguru ji, that we are getting associated with this wonderful organization called Matrushri Mano Vikasa Kendra. They're doing a lot of good job and picking up the infants who have been thrown away in the streets and dustbins. And they're not only taking responsibility of picking those kids from the thing, and they're making, even because a lot of people, like, they're not normal kids. They have been mentally disturbed, so that they, even when they grow up also, they won't be able to do anything in their life. So this trust is there since very long time, because this has been introduced by one of awardee, Mr. Anuchet. From its father's time, they have been helping this institute, and they're doing wonderful job. I mean, they had a lot of problems getting it to the next level. Right now, they have 120 kids. They've grown up, and I think Basuraj, it's better he comes and speak. Please come, Mr. Basuraj. Bunny. Basuraj is the secretary of this organization, so our Swamiji will. Idea is donating this money is not to show. It is basically, I wanted to motivate so that other people also can help. That's an idea. It's not showing of the things. Because when Anuchet ji requested me to help them, so I told them this is an occasion, will help them, so that other people also will get motivated to help them. Thank you so much. Mr. Basuraj, please. Thanks.
ತುಂಬಾ ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ಸ್ ಸರ್. ತಾವೆಲ್ಲ ಒಂದ್ಸಲ ವಿಸಿಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಗೆ. 1 ವರ್ಷ ಮಗುವಿಂದ 25 ವರ್ಷ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಎಲ್ಲ ಮೆಂಟಲಿ ಚಾಲೆಂಜ್ ಮಕ್ಕಳು, ಎಲ್ಲ ರೈಲ್ವೆ ಸ್ಟೇಷನ್, ಬಸ್ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮುಟ್ಟಾಗಿರೋ ಮಕ್ಕಳು. ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು ನಿಮ್ ಸಹಕಾರ ಹಿಂಗೆ ಇರಲಿ.
So now comes the last part before we go for lunch. You know, I used to live in Zambia before, and in our class we had children from all around the world. We had white children, we had brown children, we had yellow children, and we had black children. So I used to be embarrassed to be an Indian. This was in the 70s, you know. We were all shown pictures of a dirty India, poor India, and that's how they were seen. But later on, when I started seeking, I discovered that I'm really grateful to be a Bharatiya. And I think we should all be. So let us stand and with gratitude sing the national anthem. Please rise.
गण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता, पंजाब सिंधु गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल वंगा, विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्छल जलधि तरंगा, तव शुभ नामे जागे, तव शुभ आशीष मागे, गाहे तव जय गाथा, जनगण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता, जय हे जय हे जय हे, जय 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 हे.
Bharat Mata ki.
Jai.
Thank you, everyone. Now let's proceed to Mahasamadhi first, before lunch. Coming here and blessing this place. God bless you too.